Good morning. Welcome to today's administrative meeting of the Public Service Commission. We have meeting minutes to approve from the February 12th, 2020 meeting. If the commissioners have had a chance to review, all in favor? Aye. The minutes are approved, Mr. Secretary.
Mr. Chairman, there's one item on today's consent agenda. It is an application from Resource Energy Solutions for a license to supply natural gas or natural gas supply services in Maryland.
Do commissioners have questions on this item? Is there a motion?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. For item number 1, I move that we grant the company a license to operate as a natural gas supplier in Maryland, limited to broker and aggregator services for the customer classes and service territories applied for and recommended by staff. Direct the company to provide marketing materials specific to its Maryland operations to the Commission staff 30 days prior to utilization of the materials in Maryland, and direct the company to file notice with the Commission within 30 days of any changes to the information in the application.
Thank you. All in favor? Aye. The motion is approved. Mr. Secretary, the administrative agenda.
Mr. Chairman, there's one item on today's administrative agenda, the amended 2020 STRIDE project list and surcharge proposal of Columbia Gas of Maryland.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. Annette Garofalo on behalf of Commission staff. You have heard this once before. This is Columbia's STRIDE 2 plan. By order number 88852, issued August 28th, 2018, the Commission approved Columbia's STRIDE 2 plan. It was the creature of a stipulation and settlement adopted by the Commission. It provided for a replacement rate of approximately 8 miles of main per year at a specified cost per year, which for 2020 is $16.4 million approximately. This is Columbia's second STRIDE 2 filing, and although Columbia originally filed its Year 2 STRIDE 2 project list and accompanying proposed surcharges in November 2019, the company was directed on January 22nd, 2020 to revise its project list to conform to the STRIDE settlement terms. Specifically, the Commission directed the company to amend its project list to reflect a spend of no more than $16,376,000 as is required by its STRIDE 2 settlement in case number 9479. Directed the company to refile its proposed surcharges consistent with the amended project list, and directed Columbia to provide the estimated footages of pre-1971 coated steel and pre-1982 plastic pipe that it intends to replace for each project in future filings. These are STRIDE eligible, but they are not included in the company's STRIDE plan. On January 29th, 2020, the company filed its amended STRIDE 2020 project list and associated surcharges. Additional information was filed on January 31st, 2020, providing the estimated main footages of pre-1971 coated steel and pre-1982 plastic pipe the company intends to replace this year. Columbia's second STRIDE 2 project list, as revised, proposes 9 projects in 2020 and no services for an addition to rate base of approximately $15 million from these STRIDE projects. Columbia further commits to an additional project as contained in its original STRIDE project list, and 950 services, these were also in the original list, resulting in approximately 8 miles of main as required in the company's STRIDE 2 plan. Staff has reviewed these projects, their cost estimates, and the company's selection criteria, and recommends that the Commission approve the project list as amended. Staff has reviewed Columbia's proposed revised STRIDE surcharges and believes they have been properly calculated. Staff recommends that the Commission accept the proposed STRIDE surcharges for filing to become effective February 19th, 2020, and representatives from the Commission's Engineering Division, Accounting Division, and Telecommunication, Gas, and Water Division are here to answer any questions you might have on this.
Thank you, Ms. Garofalo, and the staff team standing behind you as well. Does Office of People's Counsel wish to make any comments? Mr. Cleaver, I noticed that OPC did not file any pleadings. Is that correct? Additional pleadings since our January 22nd administrative meeting.
No pleadings, Your Honor. I did file a letter on February 14th.
Oh, a Valentine's Day letter, which I do not have.
And I can,
Okay. Actually, it doesn't appear that most of the commissioners have it. Perhaps you could tell us the contents.
sure, Your Honor. Well, it's nothing controversial. Like staff, OPC has no objections to the company's amended list filed on January 29th and amended or updated on January 31st. In our view, the amendments that the company made, the revisions to the 2020 STRIDE list are responsive to the Commission's letter order of January 22nd and appropriate. As I said in my letter that I apologize, I don't know why it didn't get to the Commission, but as I said here, importantly, the company has represented that notwithstanding the removal of certain projects and services from the 2020 STRIDE roster, it will still nonetheless complete them. I know there was a concern from the Commission, well, if you've identified these as necessary for system safety, don't you still need to do them? The company has represented that it will make those completions and that it will still meet the target in the settlement of 8 miles of priority pipe replaced. Again, some of that will occur outside of the STRIDE recovery mechanism, but it will occur. So for those reasons, OPC has no objections and appreciates the company's amendments to its plan.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Cleaver. Ms. Moore, good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. I appreciate staff and OPC working with us and appreciate their comments, and I'm here to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. We appreciate your utility coming back relatively quickly, a week after our last meeting where this was discussed, and it appears that you are in compliance with the Commission's directives. Do Commissioners have questions? Commissioner O'Donnell.
Just a quick comment to thank the company for continuing to prioritize low-pressure mains and low-pressure services. So, and appreciate the commitment to do the other projects. So, thank you.
Any additional comments? Seeing none, is there a motion?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I move we approve the company's 2020 project list and accept the proposed surcharges for filing with an effective date of February 19th, 2020.
All in favor?
Aye.
The motion is approved. That was much easier than last time.
Thank you.
Thank you. This meeting is adjourned.
Hey, Juan, grab Margaret, will you?
Yeah. I was about to turn to you and you have it on your computer. Yeah, I know. I was looking for it. It was never. Did you pull it up on the available online?
No, I didn't even know that they did.
Can you come to my office? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so is there anything different I should do to make sure?
Yeah, I don't.